July 1st, 1976. Dallas, Texas. Tina Turner is supposed to be on stage. They're about to launch a new tour, but she's not on stage. She's hiding behind the hotel, among the trash cans. Her white suit is soaked in blood. Her blood and his. Her face is swollen. Her eyes are black, but she's wearing sunglasses to hide the bruises. She has 36 cents in her pocket and a mobile credit card. That's it. A few minutes later, she burst from her hiding place and started running. She crossed Interstate 30, 6 lanes of traffic. Trucks, headlights, horns. A truck almost hit her. She didn't care, because for 16 years, she's been beaten, raped, and controlled. Tonight, she finally said no. Tonight, she fought back with her teeth, her nails, her heels. Tonight, she escaped. But here's what nobody tells you about that night. This wasn't just an escape from Ike Turner. This was an escape from hell itself. Because for 16 years, do you know what Ike did to her? He beat her. He poured hot coffee on her face. He broke her jaw and nose. He raped her before shows. He destroyed her spirit. Everyone saw the glamorous duo on stage. Nobody saw the blood backstage. Before we continue with Tina Turner's incredible journey, we'd love to connect with our amazing Rise Stories community. Please take a moment to let us know in the comments. Which city or country are you watching from? What's your age group? We love hearing from viewers of all ages. If you were in Tina Turner's position, trapped in an abusive relationship for 16 years, what would you have done differently? Don't forget to subscribe to Rise Stories and hit that notification bell so you never miss our inspiring stories of resilience and triumph. Now, let's continue with Tina Turner's incredible journey. So how did she get to that night? How did a little girl named Anna Mae Bullock grow up in a poor Tennessee town? How did she meet Ike Turner at 17? How did she become the brightest star, but also live the darkest hell? And most importantly, how did she escape that night with only 36 cents and win 4 Grammys 8 years later? Everyone knows what's love got to do with it. But nobody talks about what it took to get there. The hot coffee Ike poured on her face. The shoe stretcher he beat her with. The rape before performances. The broken jaw. The suicide attempt. The escape with 36 cents. The years of struggle. The comeback nobody believed was possible. That night in Dallas, with her blood-stained suit, her swollen face, 36 cents and a dream, Tina Turner was reborn. But birth was painful, and the road was long. 8 years later, in 1984, at 45, when everyone said she was too old, too broke, too damaged, she hit #1 with What's Love Got to Do With It? She won 4 Grammys in one night, and she became the queen of rock and roll. But first, she had to survive that Dallas night, with 36 cents and a dream of freedom. This is the Tina Turner story nobody tells you. November 26, 1939. Nutbush, Tennessee. A small, rural, segregated town. Anna Mae Bullock was born. Her mother was Zelma. Her father was Floyd Bullock, a sharecropping family. They were so poor they worked in cotton fields, living in a plantation shack. Anna Mae's childhood wasn't easy. Her parents constantly fought. Violent, ugly fights, screaming, cursing, physical violence. Little Anna Mae felt like an unwanted child, the product of a stormy marriage. At 5 years old, she started singing in the church choir, Spring Hill Baptist Church. A little girl, but her voice was powerful. People would turn and look at her. That voice, it was different, but the domestic violence continued. 1950. Anna Mae was about 10 to 11 years old. One day, her mother Zelma left without warning. She was seeking freedom from her abusive husband. She moved to St. Louis. She left Anna Mae and her older sister Eileen behind. Imagine, you're 10 years old. You wake up one morning and your mother is gone. No explanation. No goodbye. Just gone. Her father struggled to care for his daughters. Then he remarried and abandoned his daughters too. At 11, Anna Mae went to live with her aunt and uncle. Then she stayed with her grandmother. Disciplined, religious, strict rules. Anna Mae was a rebellious girl. She was constantly getting into trouble. But music was still there. She sang in the streets, people threw money, and she bought movie tickets. She called herself a tomboy, playing on the basketball team, a cheerleader, but also singing. 1956. When Anna Mae turned 16, her grandmother died. At the funeral, she reunited with her mother Zelma. Her mother offered her a new life in St. Louis. Anna Mae accepted. She left Tennessee and moved to St. Louis with her mother. She finished Sumner High School there, 1958. After high school, she started working as a nurse's aide at Barnes Jewish Hospital. But her sister started taking her to nightclubs. St. Louis's R&B music scene was vibrant. Jazz, blues, rhythm and blues. Anna Mae loved it. And one night, everything changed. Club Manhattan, St. Louis. Anna Mae was there with her sister. On stage was a band, Kings of Rhythm. Their leader was Ike Turner. Ike Turner was an important name in music history. His song Rocket 88 was considered one of the first rock and roll songs. He was a talented musician, producer, and band leader. But he was also dangerous. Anna Mae wanted to take the microphone from Ike and sing. Ike refused. No, he said, but Anna Mae insisted. For weeks, she insisted. Finally, one night, when Kings of Rhythm took the stage, someone gave Anna Mae the microphone. She started singing. That raw, powerful voice. Ike Turner turned around and watched her. He was shocked. That voice was incredible. That night, Anna Mae's life changed. But she would later understand, was this change a blessing or a curse? 1958. Anna Mae, at 18, started singing in Ike's band. She used the stage name Little Ann. Ike wasn't paying her, but she was gaining stage experience. Ike was watching her, controlling her. Anna Mae didn't understand it then, but Ike was already taking possession of her. And then, something happened. Anna Mae got pregnant. But the father wasn't Ike. It was Raymond Hill, the saxophonist in Kings of Rhythm. August 20th, 1958. Raymond Craig was born. Anna Mae was 18, an unwed mother. Raymond Hill refused responsibility. Anna Mae was alone. Ike stepped in at that moment. "I'll take care of you," he said. "I'll take care of you and your baby." 1960. They needed to record a song. A Fool in Love. But the singer who was supposed to sing it didn't show up. Anna Mae stepped in. "I'll sing it," she said. She went into the studio. She approached the microphone, and she sang. That power, that energy, that voice. The song was recorded. Ike listened. This was a hit. But there was a problem. The name Anna Mae Bullock wasn't catchy enough. Ike decided, I'm going to make you Tina Turner. And he did. He even trademarked the name. Why? Because if Tina left, another singer could perform under the same name. The name belonged to Ike, not Tina. A Fool in Love was released. It became a hit. It climbed the Billboard Hot 100. Ike and Tina Turner. Review was born, and Anna Mae Bullock was no more. There was only Tina Turner. 1962. Ike and Tina got married. Or so it was thought. Years later, Ike would say, "We were never officially married because I was legally married to another woman at the time." But they had a common-law marriage, and Tina got pregnant. October 27th, 1960. Ronald Ronnie Rennell Turner was born. Tina was now a mother of two. Ike adopted Raymond Craig and changed his name to Craig Raymond Turner. Tina also adopted two children from Ike's previous relationships. From the outside, everything looked perfect. Ike and Tina Turner Review was one of America's hottest R&B acts. They were touring, releasing hit songs, performing on television. But behind the curtain, hell was beginning. When did it happen for the first time? Tina doesn't remember exactly, but there's a moment she can't forget. A musical disagreement. Tina wanted to do something in a song, Ike wanted something else. They argued. Ike grabbed a wooden shoe stretcher. He hit Tina on the head. Again, again, again. Tina fell to the ground. She was bleeding. She was crying. Ike took her to bed and raped her. That's how it started. And it continued for 16 years. How do you describe 16 years of violence? How do you express in words the fear a woman experiences every day? Tina wrote in her 2018 memoir, "My love story. Sex was an expression of hostility, a kind of rape, especially when it began or ended with a beating." Here's what Ike did. Physical violence. Beat her with everything. Shoes, hangers, fists, kicks. Broke her jaw, broke her nose, beat her before shows. Then Tina had to go on stage and smile. Poured hot coffee on her face. Sexual violence. Regular rape. Tina couldn't say no. There was no point objecting. That would just make him mad and might lead to a beating, she wrote. Emotional and financial control. Controlled all the money. Controlled all the contracts. Tina had no say. She said he brainwashed her for years. Destroyed her self-esteem. Drugs and infidelity. Ike was addicted to cocaine. Would stay awake for days. Openly had mistresses. Took Tina to a whorehouse in Tijuana. Tina's first son, Craig, said in a 2000 interview, Ike took a lot of his anger out on her. Most of the time he'd come home and he'd take her into the bedroom and close the door, and there would be screams. And we were so petrified we were in bed with the covers over our heads. One time he was striking my mother, and I was young, and he'd thrown some scalding hot coffee on her. At that point in time, I hated that man for the rest of my life, and I'll never forget that. Never. Imagine a little boy hearing his mother being beaten, screams, but unable to do anything. 1968. Tina couldn't take it anymore. Ike had beaten her so much, humiliated her so much, destroyed her so much that Tina decided death was better. She took 50 Valium pills. She tried to kill herself, but she survived. When she woke up in the hospital, she realized something. She was still alive, and she wanted to live. But how? Maybe I was brainwashed, she would say later. I was afraid of him, and I cared what happened to him. And I knew that if I left, there was no one to sing. This was a type of addiction, trauma bonding. Tina wanted to escape, but couldn't. In the early 1970s, Tina was introduced to Buddhism. A friend taught her to chant Buddhist prayers. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Tina started chanting for hours every day. Buddhism gave her something: inner strength, hope, belief that one day she could escape. Buddhism taught me that we are in control of our own destiny, she said. You're not a victim, you're powerful. This inner strength would eventually give her the courage to escape. 1966. River Deep, Mountain High. They recorded River Deep, Mountain High with Phil Spector. It was a commercial flop in America, but a huge hit in Europe. Tina realized something. She could do it without Ike. 1970. They covered I Want to Take You Higher. 1971. They covered Creedence Clearwater Revival's Proud Mary. It rose to number 4 on Billboard. They won a Grammy, Best R&B Vocal Performance by a Duo or Group. This was the peak of Ike and Tina Turner review. 1973, Nutbush City Limits, a semi-autobiographical song Tina wrote about her hometown. Big hit in Europe. 1975, Tina played the Acid Queen in the Who's rock opera film Tommy. She was magnificent. But throughout all this success, Ike continued beating her. Every night, every tour, every success made Ike more jealous, because everyone knew the star was Tina, not Ike. July 1st, 1976. Dallas, Texas. Ike and Tina Turner Revue was about to start a new tour. But that day, something was different. On the plane, Ike had brought his mistress with him, his pregnant mistress. Tina sat in the middle, humiliated, angry. Then they got in the limo, from the airport to the hotel. Ike was in a playful mood. He tried to feed Tina chocolate. "Take this," he said. Normally, Tina would accept, even if she didn't want it. But today she said no. "No," Tina said. "I don't want it," Ike insisted. He smeared the melting chocolate on Tina's face. It dripped onto her white suit. "I said no," Tina shouted. Ike went into a rage. But this time, Tina didn't endure the beating. She fought back. With her teeth, her nails, her stiletto heels, she fought hard and rough. When the limo arrived at the hotel, they were both bloody. Ike's shirt was torn. Tina's white suit had turned red with blood. They entered the room. Ike raped her. Then he fell asleep. Tina sat shaking. She looked at him and thought, "You just beat me for the last time, you sucker." She quietly dressed, gathered a few things, put on her sunglasses to hide her bruises, and escaped. She ran out the back door of the Statler Hilton Hotel. She ran. She reached Interstate 30, 6 lanes of traffic, cars, trucks. She didn't care. She jumped into the middle of the road. She ran. A truck honked, almost hitting her. Tina didn't stop. The memory of that was horrendous, because I was practically run over by a truck, she would say later. I wasn't thinking clearly, of course. I felt like I was moving slow, and there was a big truck, one of the really big ones coming, and the horn blew. And mostly what I remember is flashing lights. But she made it across. She saw a Ramada Inn. She went inside. She came to the reception desk, bloody, bruised, her swollen face, sunglasses. The white suit was no longer white. She looked at the receptionist, a white man, Texas hotel manager type. "I'm Tina Turner," she said. "Can you help me?" She emptied her pockets. 36 cents and a mobile credit card. "I'll pay you back," she said. The man looked at her. This was Tina Turner, the famous singer. But now, bloody, scared, desperate. He gave her a room. Tina hid in that room for 3 days. Ike was looking for her. He sent people, but Tina hid. Then she went to Los Angeles. 1976. Tina filed for divorce. Ike threatened. He sent people to intimidate her, but Tina didn't go back. 1978. They divorced. Tina took only 2 things in the settlement. 1979. The name Tina Turner. 1980. 2 cars. That's it. No money, no house, nothing. But she was free from Ike, and that was worth more than anything. But freedom wasn't free. Tina was in debt. Debts from canceled concerts, IRS tax debts, lawyer fees. The music industry wrote her off. Tina's done, they said. Too old, too damaged. Nobody wants her. Tina started working in small cabaret clubs, Las Vegas, hotel lobbies, small bars, to pay off her debts. For 7 years, she struggled. Most people would have given up, but Tina didn't give up. 1979. Olivia Newton-John invited Tina to appear on her TV special. Tina accepted. That performance changed everything. People saw Tina was still powerful, still incredible. One person watching that performance was Roger Davies, an Australian manager. Roger approached Tina. "I want to manage you," he said. "I believe in you." Tina was skeptical, but she gave him a chance. Roger took her to England. They made a deal with Capitol Records, and they started making an album. The name, Private Dancer. Late 1983 and early 1984. Tina was in the studio recording the Private Dancer album. But there was one song. What's Love Got to Do With It? Tina didn't like it. Too slow, too soft, not her style. Producer Terry Britton insisted. "Try it," he said. Tina tried, but she struggled with the song's tempo. Britton had an idea. "Run," he said. "Run in place at the microphone." Tina ran and sang the song, and it worked. Britton would later say, Tina realized for the first time how empowering vulnerability could be. She realized she could act out these songs. The whole direction of her career changed in that moment. May 29, 1984. The Private Dancer album was released, and it shook the world. What's Love Got to Do With It? Slowly climbed the charts, competed with Prince's When Doves Cry and Lionel Richie's Stuck on You. August 1984. Reached #1 on Billboard Hot 100. Stayed at #1 for 3 weeks. Became the second biggest hit of 1984. Tina was 44, the oldest female solo artist to have a #1 hit. Private Dancer album. Rose to #3 on Billboard 200. Stayed at #3 for 10 weeks. 39 weeks in the top 10. Sold 12 million copies worldwide, 5 times platinum USA. Tina Turner was back at 45. 8 years earlier, she had fled in a blood-stained suit. Now she was a worldwide superstar. February 26, 1985. The 27th Grammy Awards, Shrine Auditorium, Los Angeles. Tina was nominated, but nobody expected her to win because the competition was so strong. But that night, a miracle happened. Producer Terry Britton later recounted, in between introductions, you could hear the whole crowd going, "Tina! Tina! Tina!" It was like the whole auditorium wanted her to win. In fact, they willed her to win. That night, Tina won 4 Grammys. 1. Record of the Year, What's Love Got to Do With It? 2. Song of the Year, What's Love Got to Do With It? 3. Best Pop Vocal Performance, Female, What's Love Got to Do With It? 4. Best Rock Vocal Performance, Female, Better Be Good to Me. When Tina took the stage, she was in tears. "I've been waiting for this opportunity for such a long time," she said. "I want to say that I have to thank many people." She thanked Graham Lyle and Terry Britton, the songwriters, John Carter, A&R, who relaunched her career at Capitol Records, Roger Davies, her manager. The hall gave her a standing ovation. Tina Turner, the runaway, the debtor, the finished woman, was now the Grammy Queen. 8 years ago, she had 36 cents. Now she had 4 Grammys. 1985, Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. Tina played Anti-Entity in Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome with Mel Gibson. A powerful, tough, charismatic role. She sang "We Don't Need Another Hero" for the film. It became a big hit. 1986, I, Tina, Speaking the Truth. 1986, Tina published her autobiography, I, Tina, My Life Story, co-written with Kurt Loder. In this book, for the first time, she described Ike's violence in detail. The world was shocked. She had first spoken out in People magazine in 1981, but the book laid everything bare. The beatings, the rape, the control, the escape. Ruth Glenn, CEO of the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence, remembers reading the book. "When I read Tina's book, I couldn't hold back my tears. I had an image in my head, her crossing the highway bleeding, being strong, saying, 'I have got to do this.' To be Tina Turner, with pocket change saying, 'Enough.'" The book was a turning point. In the 1980s, nobody talked about domestic violence, especially not celebrities. But Tina spoke. Here's this icon saying, "It's okay to talk about this," Glenn said. She broke that barrier. And women sent letters from everywhere. If it could happen to someone as strong, beautiful, and successful as Tina Turner, it could happen to any of us. 1988. Break Every Rule. World Tour. Tina's Break Every Rule World Tour was a phenomenon. Highest-grossing tour by a female artist in the 1980s. Guinness World Record, 180,000 people at a concert. 1988, Rio de Janeiro. Tina was 48 to 49, but on stage she looked 25. Those legs, that energy, that voice, nobody could believe it. 1991, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. 1991, Tina and Ike were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame together. Tina attended the ceremony. Ike was there too. They were in the same room for the first time in years. Tina was gracious in her speech. But everyone knew this was Tina's victory, not Ike's. 1993, What's Love Got to Do With It? Film, 1993. Tina's life was made into a film. What's Love Got to Do With It? Angela Bassett played Tina, a magnificent performance. Lawrence Fishburne played Ike. The film showed the violence. It showed the escape. It showed the triumph. Angela Bassett was nominated for an Oscar for Best Actress. Tina watched the film. It was difficult, reliving the trauma, but it was important, because her story inspired millions of women. 1986. Tina was at Düsseldorf Airport, Germany. Her European record label EME had sent someone to greet her. The man was a young, handsome German music executive. His name, Erwin Bach. Tina looked at him. He looked at her. "I felt something the first time I saw him," Tina would say later. "But I was scared. Because after Ike, I didn't trust men." Erwin was 16 years younger than Tina, but he was patient, kind, gentle. At first, they were friends. Then they started dating that year. They were together for 27 years. They didn't marry. They just lived together. In Switzerland, on the banks of Lake Zurich, in Küsnacht. Tina loved Switzerland. "Switzerland reminds me of Nutbush," she said. "The pastures, the calm, the peace. I feel at home here." July 13th, 2013. After 27 years, Tina and Erwin got married. A small civil ceremony on the banks of Lake Zurich. Tina was 73. Erwin was 57, and they were very happy. 2008 to 2009. Tina did her final tour. Tina, 50th Anniversary Tour. 6 months, 90 concerts, worldwide. Tina was almost 70. May 5th, 2009. Sheffield, England. Final concert. Tina took the stage. For the last time, she sang Proud Mary. She sang What's Love Got to Do With It? She sang Simply the Best. And she said goodbye. "No one knew how tired I was of singing and dancing," she told Oprah later. "It's work. That tour gave me what I wanted. I reached my goal. At that moment, I received a revelation. This is it. I'm going home. I was going home." The next day, she returned to Switzerland with Erwin, and she retired. 2013. Stroke. 3 weeks after the wedding, Tina had a stroke. She had to learn to walk again. It was a difficult process, but Erwin was by her side. 2016. Intestinal cancer. Tina was diagnosed with intestinal cancer. She underwent treatment. But health problems continued. Tina had been dealing with high blood pressure for years. The side effects of conventional medications bothered her, so she turned to homeopathy. But this was a big mistake. Homeopathy wasn't enough. Her kidneys were damaged. Eventually, she developed kidney failure. Doctors said she needed dialysis, but Tina didn't want to. She had suffered so much. Maybe it was enough. In Switzerland, assisted suicide was legal. Tina registered with the Exit International organization. But Erwin had another idea. Erwin looked at Tina and said, "Take my kidney." Tina was shocked. "No," she said. "It's too dangerous for you." But Erwin insisted. "You are everything to me," he said. "I don't want to lose you." The surgery was performed. Erwin donated his kidney. The transplant was successful. Tina survived, thanks to Erwin. "Erwin is my soulmate," Tina would say. "He showed me true love. Ike showed me control and violence. Erwin showed me loves and freedom." Tina lived a quiet life in Switzerland with Erwin. She no longer performed on stage. She no longer gave interviews. She just lived in peace. 2018. Her memoir, My Love Story, was published. It was her final book. 2019. Tina, the Tina Turner musical, opened on Broadway. Tina attended the premiere. She had trouble walking, but she was there. 2020. The HBO documentary, Tina, was released. Tina spoke on camera for the last time. "I'm tired now," she said. "I've had a beautiful life. But now I want to rest." That same year, she was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as a solo artist. For the second time, Angela Bassett inducted her. Tina couldn't attend the ceremony, she was too ill, but she connected via video from her home. "If they're still giving me awards at 81, I must have done something right," she said, laughing. 2018. Her first son, Craig, died by suicide at age 59. Tina was devastated. She had raised Craig as a baby, alone. Now he was gone. December 2022. Her second son, Ronnie, died at age 62. Tina had raised 4 children. Now only her 2 adopted children were alive. May 24th, 2023. Kusnacht, Switzerland. Tina's home on the banks of Lake Zurich. Erwin was by her side. Tina was at peace. Time stopped. And Tina Turner, at age 83, died. The news spread around the world. Her star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame was covered with flowers. Fans wept. The world had lost a legend. Oprah Winfrey. Tina wasn't just a talent. She was a force of nature. I was always proud of her. Beyoncé. Queen. Legend. Inspiration. Mick Jagger. I'm so saddened by the passing of my wonderful friend Tina Turner. She was truly an enormously talented performer and singer. President Joe Biden. A once-in-a-generation talent who changed American music forever. Tina's personal strength was also remarkable. Overcoming adversity and even abuse, she built a career for the ages and a life and legacy that were entirely hers. Bryan Adams. I'll be forever grateful for the time we spent together on tour, in the studio, and as friends. Thank you for speaking your truth and giving us the gift of your voice. What Tina Turner taught us: 1. It's never too late. She made her comeback at 45. Everyone said, too old. She hit number 1. 2. Survival is a strength. She endured 16 years of abuse. She attempted suicide. She escaped. She survived. She won. 3. Speaking truth is liberating. She spoke about domestic violence in 1981. No shame, just truth. And she inspired millions of women. 4. True love exists. Ike showed her violence. Erwin gave her his kidney. That's the difference. 5. You are who you are, not what others say. Ike gave her the name Tina Turner. She took that name and made it legendary. The name was Ike's. The legacy is Tina's. Tina Turner wrote in her My Love Story book, "For anyone who's in an abusive relationship, I say this: nothing can be worse than where you are now. Nothing. If you get up and leave, if you rise from the ashes, life will open up for you again." Tina Turner, November 26, 1939. May 24, 2023. She was born Anna Mae Bullock. She died Tina Turner. She lived in hell for 16 years, but she was never defeated. She escaped with 36 cents. She sold 100 million records. She was beaten. She was raped. She was controlled. But she never lost her spirit, and she became the queen of rock and roll. What's love got to do with it? Tina's answer: everything. But first, you must love yourself. First, you must survive. First, you must be free. She became free, and she showed the world how to do it. So what's your story?